Yes, thanks, Dominic, for the introduction. I'm Joyce, and together with my colleague Lisa, I organized and led the 2025 Go Wasser project. And I'm happy to give you a little overview of what we did, some of the project results as well, and some of the, at least what students said about their experience. So I'm trying to give a nice little overview of our project. So first of all, the GO project, for those who don't know, GO stands for Global Outreach, Global Citizenships. So our goal is to offer education for global citizenship, also by raising awareness and offering knowledge and activities or tools that aim to equip all participants with the skills and understanding to take responsibility, value diversity, and also play an active part in European democratic life today. So can I switch? Yeah, perfect. So this is our little overview of the project. So it was, of course, organized by the Scotland HUB. So that's Sigrid Rieuwerts as our head, and then myself and Lisa, who organized it and also led the project. We were joined by students from universities in Aberdeen, in Edinburgh, Glasgow, Galway, Limerick, Riga, and Mainz. And as you can see, just a little timeline here, the project included a optional language course, so students were able to join us 2 weeks earlier in June to either start from scratch or improve their German skills. Afterwards, we had a week of interdisciplinary academic talks on campus at JGU. Are you raising your hand, Dominic? Sorry.
Yep, the slides are not moving. I think you need to either share again.
Oh, wait.
Or use presentation mode.
Let's see. Do you still see the first one? Or the project overview?
It's the first one, yes.
Okay, let me check. Sorry for that. Oops. Does it work now?
No, it's working, yeah.
Okay, so sorry.
Thanks so much.
Okay, so after a week of interdisciplinary academic talks, we traveled to the Ahrtal to work together with students or school students on creative projects that were all based on water and climate change. Here we have a little overview of our academic week. So we were lucky enough to find so many experts on various disciplines that somehow connected with water and climate change. So we learned from our geoscience department, from two authors, that is Christoph Helo, then from Zoe Strachan and Louise Welch, who are two authors who shared their project shared personal projects that are related to water, about river ownership and also hygiene or ways of clean water. We also had the medical perspective by Professor Daiber, who focused on water pollution and cardiovascular diseases. We also were able to listen to Irene Schütze from the Kunsthochschule, the art school here in Mainz, and also what role water plays in art. Then we talked to Luisa Mossmann, who is part of the Future Certificate at the JGU. So this was all about how to take action in the climate crisis, so ways for our students to engage and maybe find their own little groups and communities in their hometowns to be more sustainable and strive towards a positive future. We also learned about the impacts of global water cycles by Dr. Robert Reinecke, and had a talk by Dr. Tina Karen Pusse on the water in humanities, so on erosion processes. And then we finished our academic week with an excursion to the Gonsbachtal. So we learned all about the history of a local creek and the renaturalization they are still working on. So that was quite interesting. We have a few pictures here, so for you to enjoy different aspects from our talks. We also had some interactive elements. So we went outside and had to figure out what happened in time, like how did Earth evolve, or where does water play a role in that. As I said, we learned about medicine. We also went to the exhibition that was part of the Kunsthochschule as well, and learned about the Zukunftsmodul, the future certificate, and yeah, can also see our little excursion to the Gonsbach on the bottom right. Then our second week, or second project week, we went to the Ahrtal and we worked on project work with the students at the school. We also were lucky enough to receive the Minister of Education of Rhineland-Palatinate. He joined the school and had a sneak peek in our projects and what the students are working on. And that was really amazing time. We did excursions to the Art Museum, to the Mittelrhein Museum, and did various tours or city tours in Ahrweiler, also to learn about the consequences of the flood that people still struggling with and working on to find a way back to a normal life, basically. We focused on many different projects. I mentioned that before. So we had, I think, 14 in total. We tried to figure out what water inequality means. So we worked on river restorations, on water politics, like who owns water or rivers, also water and wine, which is of course quite prominent in the Ahrtal region. We also worked on water in literature or in art. We had a thought experiment where students tried to imagine a week without water, like what would happen, and also visions for a water-friendly world. So there were many different projects that our students, our participants, worked together with the pupils at school. And then we had 2 more project groups that were solely with the university students. So we had a documentary about our project that will also be available soon on our website. And one group focused on a social media campaign. So they try to spread all the information we've learned, try to show what we are working on doing during our project work, and yeah, try to raise awareness for the whole topic. Just quickly wanted to share some of our project works, the results. So this is a group and they try to imagine or try to display a river and how it changes through pollution, both by the environment but also by humans. So it starts very blue and the surrounding is quite green and many flowers, trees, but then from painting to painting it gets polluted more, and well, you can see in the last picture it's not the most positive outlook, but they've really worked a lot on the different stages and different ways that water is polluted. We also had, as I said, many different project works. One group focused on the water cycle, so what drives the water cycle or how we can protect it, and another group worked on the water politics, so who actually owns water, and also current problems or current fights that surrounds water. Also, one of the groups, as I said earlier, is the thought experiment about a week without water. And then the water inequality group, they asked the question about the impact of water inequality on women. So they focused on women and how they suffer from water inequality. Okay, so that was quite quick. So I wanted to give you a little overview of what we've been working on, and because I've been lucky enough to be able to organize and lead the groups together with my colleague Lisa. But of course, it's more important what the students experience, what they're thinking. So I just copied in a few quotes from different students from University of Limerick, Aberdeen, and Latvia in this case. So what I was like, it was amazing to read all of those comments by the students. So most of them thought it was extremely fruitful and enriching experience, and that they are able to gain both hard knowledge about water through the lectures and also their own research, but most importantly also the soft skills as communications and teamwork and of course intercultural understanding. And this is of course like one of the biggest skills we focus on to think globally and also act as global citizens. So the intercultural understanding is well quite important for us. And also the friendship that people built to or helped gain very deep understanding of different cultures, and also helped to make the students more sensitive to the fact that people live and perceive the world in a different way. Also about, we have a little look on what Isaac said on the right. So he focused also on the global citizenship, that he realized that he's also begun to use that in his day-to-day life. So he also intends to carry that mindset forward. And it's amazing to read that he hopes to help create a work environments and communities where people really collaborate across different or across differences and work towards a shared and ethical or sustainable future. And also Anja from the University of Latvia, she found it was a really life-changing experience. So she said the stakes are incredibly high, so it's really important for us to be aware and also focus on change and what we need to do to find a better future ahead, basically. Okay, so that was the quick overview. We also are planning another global outreach project next year. So we already found our focus, our topic. So we do call it 2026 Go Heimat. So the focus will be on migration, climate change, and of course what Heimat means as a German word. It's quite distinct, has a very distinct meaning for each and every one of us. So we want to figure out what that means and what the feeling of being home or feeling home has, or where the connection lies with climate change and also the migration that also is a consequence of climate change, of course, and what that means for people, what is home, what is a new home, and what are the reasons why people need to leave their Heimat, their home. So same as last year, or same as this year, sorry, we will also offer a 2-week language course and then followed by the project week. And of course, the ScotFest that will take place again next year. So thank you so much. This is some part of our project group that were the people who enjoyed the Ceilidh at the end of our ScotFest. And yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate your taking the time and listening to our project. And maybe you are interested in what we do in the future as well.